Definitely seems like they know exactly what they're doing with the draft. And I was almost wondering, you know, we see the fact that Stormstormer is indeed playing the Lina again. And they banned out the Void Spirit, even though, you know, it seemed like it was a piece of cake. I'm wondering if it was just, you know, more taking away the hero he's most comfortable with. Because it just definitely felt like Stormstormer kind of manhandled him.
That's definitely what it seems like. I don't see another reason why they would have done, unless something we don't know. Maybe they were gonna flex it somehow, but there was just no way. So yeah, a little weird, but we'll see how it all progresses. And the one important thing is like bottom is not this winning lane. It's different. They have to play it right to make it a winning lane with those fissure blocks. Otherwise, the Witch Doctor and the Wraith King will be able to do really well versus the Tide. But I'm sure Gilger, as we've seen, has a very good idea of what he's going to be doing on one of his specialist heroes.
Definitely be fun to watch him. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time, and that's very, very important when you're playing something like the Earthshaker, or any position 4, honestly.
Earthshaker is probably the most important, just where you are on the map hero. As bottom, aggression already coming out onto Rasmus.
It's a good combination here, but Fissure slows him down. He'll take a little bit of the damage.
And he can make a lot happen as the Shaker, I believe, as the panel said. You know, he can help out bottom. He can make easy rotations to mid to punish Sectal if they don't have a ward down. Mostly going to be lingering around bottom, though.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Because, you know, the Tidehunter is going to be pretty tanky after a certain point, but you do have to worry about, you know, the Maledict coming off of Yetch's Love. And you want to be able to protect your Tidehunter, but not take too much. Wow, oh my god. All right. Yetch's Love absolutely erased from that one gush there. And this is, wow, all right. The aggression is on. This is what I expected from the CIS region the other day, is just everybody running at each other. And I do love a bloodbath.
Yeah, good setup by Hellbear Smashers top. They got their level 2 first, and they just literally made the move. And this is something where CK is also amazing versus a hero like Shadow Shaman, another hero that requires positional and just getting in there. You get slowed by CM, and then you kind of have to do this like double step to turn around, and then you just get pulled in by the CK and get out of position. So very strong lane versus the Shadow Shaman in particular.
So we're liking the last pick Chaos Knight here, yes? I know Kyle wanted like a hyper carry of some sort.
It can fit that. It's a little bit different, but it's definitely an ace hero. He used to love playing this hero. He loves all of his micro heroes, as we know, for quite some time now. And it's a hero that's just unexpected. I think people don't understand this hero because he's back to how he was years ago with the Phantasm. It's a little bit different as top.
This is, yeah, Keptus might be able to run away here, though. Not gonna find that kill this time around.
Gilger is smoked around the mid too, trying to set up for something. But yeah, the CK overall, I think it's a hero that like nobody's really playing. I think it's JJ just actually updated me. It's only been played once in the whole DPC, and it did win. Mid.
Oh, this positioning is very nice. Needed maybe just a little bit more damage as Rasmus also ticking down here. It's another one of the Maledicts. I think he's gonna be all right, just barely 30-something hit points. Was that?
Get him, Witch Doctor. He's got Windlace.
He can't. He's trying. He's doing everything. The taunt just comes out. See you later. Guten bye-bye.
Tried to pull it into Ancients. He tried to grab the creeps into the Ancients, but Rasmus didn't let him. And Rasmus will be able to get these 3 creeps.
That's efficiency right there. Still getting it while leaving his lane. But with that CK, was that an SA? Because I know Hector still really loves that hero.
That is a good question. He didn't tell me exactly which one it was. It's only been picked once. But yeah, I know Hector. He still
loves
fan of that hero.
He hasn't had a lot of success with it, but he still loves it. Look, you're giving them a run for their money though down here. Get the cast bounce off. This is probably a dead. Oh no, I guess low skill not interested in going for the kill. Have to be careful of that courier though. Yasha's Love's gonna be able to get the wards on the courier, but Gilger still fine. He's gonna be able to walk away from the engagement. Oh, or is he? Keptas is running at him now, but doesn't have that lockdown, so can't really get in range. Nice fissure here, and nope, not gonna be able to go and grab the rune up or deny it from the Kunkka. But a lot of attention being drawn to just a Gilger there.
They had to try to set up for this rune for Zactyl. He's getting absolutely dominated in the mid lane right now, as expected too. I mean, Stormstormer is so comfortable on this Lina versus another melee hero. Easy pickings for him.
Haze Rune will get popped over on Zactyl, but he's just using it to run around a bit. Nothing too crazy at all.
Keptus is having to just sit around the mid lane too. They've got that mid ward watching Gilger's movements, but he's trying to back him up as bottom. The cask does bounce. Ooh, not back to Rasmus.
Nope, he's gonna be able to walk away yet again. There's been so many engagements here. And like, look at this. Tofu is just making Zipzapper's life miserable. The taunt constantly too. I'm sure that's gotta be triggering him.
I think yeah, that taunt is extremely annoying. I think he's been doing it since the last game as well.
Yeah, the music is probably the very annoying part. Yash's love though should be able to go grab up this bounty rune. Gilgear is just gonna go send him up, throw out the cask. Does he get some lucky bounces? No, he does not, as he'll turn right back around. Stormstormer's coming over in hot. He'll get some body blocks off, and that should be a kill. Going over to Gilgear.
Oh, and a courier.
And a courier.
Okay, these couriers. A little bit of in no man's land, but easy to get that one. As Tofu is also, I mean, I think he's stacking this camp for himself and farming it as the CM, as his, because now his CK is in a 1v1 versus Bloodseeker, because the Shadow Shaman is getting pulled all over the map from Gilger's movements. So the supports on the side as Hellbear Smashers can move around. Trying to set up for Stormstormer mid. They do have the boat available.
I know, it's going to be pretty hard for them, though. Yeah,
so
look at this.
It was Team Spirit who picked the CK, by the way.
Team Spirit,
It was
okay.
off-lane CK.
I feel like I should have known that. Dropping the blood right is not going to help that much here, Zipzapper, although it'll make it so that way perhaps they won't be able to go and draw him back in once that reality rift's back up.
They might still go for him in a second. If he steps up too far, Zipzapper has to be careful. And now bottom, the lane's been broken. So Wraith King has gone to the jungle to maximize, and that just gives Rasmus now a very, very free lane. It's only level 2 Maledict and only a level 2 Shadow Shaman.
Oof.
6 minutes in, very low level on these supports.
I'm gonna try to make some plays here on Rasmus. Look at the shackles off, followed up the Maledict.
They're very low level. They don't have backup.
Yeah, Gilgear is coming in hot too. This is a dead Keptus. They just need like one more hit. No, he decides, all right, they could have gone for it, but Zipzapper in the top lane too is taking so much harass. It looks like the Wraith King is gonna come top. Low skill. Decides that this is his farm now. He doesn't want to be in the jungle any longer.
The two supports just taking the bottom lane. This is, I mean, a little bit weird. I feel like I usually only see like one person. You don't want to split. You don't want to be splitting both. And these are also your playmakers, so you're splitting experience. And now you're kind of just showing your whole entire everything. You're showing all the information on the map right now. You have 4 heroes showing. So now it's just Hellbear Smashers. They can pick and choose who they go for. And these are, as we said, 2 very frail supports bottom. They can dive them pretty easily.
Yeah. Ace making his own rotation now down to the bot lane. They've got the Ravage up and running now on Rasmus if they want to take an engagement. And we do have
bring
Zip
Zip,
here too.
but he's level 4. He's also pretty underleveled. So they have to bring another hero, the Kunkka, to make sure they can help this.
It's a party in the bot lane, I guess, for Meta4Pro. I don't know if you want to go after this Tide Hunter, my friends. He does have the Ravage Blood right, though, getting dropped down with the X and the boat coming in hot. Be able to go land over here on the Tide Hunter if he wants. Oh, the Shackles coming out from Keptus, though. Where's your damage? All right, there it is. And it's going to be the last hit going over to Keptus. Top lane, Tofu is forced back. But that's a lot of heroes in one lane. And mid lane is just a piece of cake right now for Stormstormer. Getting all the CS he could like and also putting some damage on the tower.
At least they stopped the push. The Ravage wasn't wasted, though. So Rasmus, when he does respawn, he'll be able to do that. Gilger blocking them off from a regen. And now they're moving their resources. And low skill, he was getting space from all this up top because of all these rotations that happened. And it was also Hellbear Smashers who moved. He got a decent amount. He's actually top net worth now. So that move actually ended up working pretty well for them. A little bit awkward definitely for the supports because they're still going to be low level. But Gilger is also low level because he's an Earthshaker. So.
Yeah, but I feel like the threat coming out from Gilgear is a lot stronger. Although bottom lane, Reality Rift into the Chaos Bolt. Body blocks are coming out. He just cannot find an opening, although the Torn buys him a little bit more time. Frostbite will come out. Lina joining in. And there's a Laguna Blade.
The dead lane steps up way too far forward. Just gets brought back. Set up for a kill. And now 20 seconds where they can set up for a push here. And very unlikely that Meta4Pro is going to be able to actually hold it now because they don't want to do a rainbow TP bottom to defend. They're going to set up for their own push top.
I feel like this tower goes down pretty fast, though, considering. And then you just teleport top.
Yeah, they might actually... Like, Rasmus is already set up there.
Yeah.
With the Ravage. No boots on him, though. He does have Windlace and the Falcon Blade, but he's a little bit slow waddling in. But very tanky. And they're going to start setting up. Yep, Gilger TPing to the tier 2 so that his friends will have fast TPs to the front if they'd like to set up. It's dying, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go and protect it. Maybe they can cut him off, but it seems odd that you have, you know, something like a Tide Hunter, right, that has such a big threat early that you wouldn't try to at least push them away.
Yeah, definitely slightly concerning, but I mean, amazing for Meta4Pro.
Yeah.
They even now might be able to catch the Lina stepping in too far, too, with some rotations.
There's going to be follow-up coming in, though, as, again, you've got the CK. Stormstormer having to be a bit careful. It's ruptured. It's just going to be used to disengage, so they can't use it offensively. Ace just sits there, whacks away at some creeps. Is perfectly fine with that. And they're going to make the rotation. Rasmus getting into position here. Opens up with the Gosh. Does have the Ravager. Oh, no, he'll go right back in again. Couple bounces here with the cast, the Hex.
A little awkward.
Trying to push them off. And he does have the Ravage, though, still available, so...
They're sieging. Like, they're getting free tower hits right now. Yeah. Tower's going to go down, and there's no way they can stop this. It's just the threat of the Ravage is enough right now.
I was surprised. He looked like he was getting in position over on the back lines there.
Yeah.
But I think the Hex coming through also. They're off. They know exactly where low skill is now, thanks to that illusion. And they're just methodically, you know, moving about, taking towers and... finding farm on the side of Hellbear Smashers.
Yeah, still fairly even early game though. Only a 1k gold lead right now for Hellbear Smashers. As Gilgir, he's getting time to farm, in particular for his Blink Dagger. So this is, you know, Earthshaker's a little bit of a different 4 position, I feel now, where you literally just have to rely on waiting for the Blink, which takes some time. I've seen some players try to go for like the Shard and stuff. It just takes too long because it's 20-minute requirement. So he's going to get this Blink Dagger, but it's going to halt their aggression a little bit here. He can still play around the Lina because he has this. He did go for the level 3 Fissure rather than going for max Aftershock. So he still can show up, but just a little bit harder for their team to just press the issue forward.
I think if you're Meta4Pro, you're feeling a lot better about the fact that they will have to slow down just a little bit because, you know, the Wraith King, like you said, he is finding the space. He is starting to get farmed up. And it's just a matter of making sure that they have that real estate, right? The fact that he can move about without being heavily pressured. And I do think that Hellbear Smashers is doing a great job in this. They've kind of taken over the bottom part of the jungle. Do you see a smoke, though, coming out from the side of Meta4Pro? They know that the Crystal Maiden's here.
They can set up for kills with this. With the Kunkka and the Witch Doctor, they have kill threat, but Tofu just pushes them out with himself.
Yeah,
with the Tide
they're too afraid.
Yeah.
That's a disappointing smoke.
They're going to go for Gilgir in mid.
Yeah. He's all trapped up here. This is definitely a kill. Laguna Blade over on the back end, so you end up losing Gilgir, but you've used the wards. They can't hit the tower. You got yourself a kill.
Stormstormer's going to farm those wards, too. Yep. He has to be a little careful. Level 3x. Kill at least 1 or 2 of them. But yeah, no tower damage with another set of wards. They do get a pretty good kill to slow down the Blink. But now they can't threaten the tower, so... this is a little bit of time where Hellbear Smashers is able to farm, finish up these items, and Ace, he's very threatening with this armor.
But just look at the aggression. Like, this is one thing I really love about the Hellbear Smashers. So once they feel like they've got the momentum, they really push it. And granted, you can try to punish it, but when you're starting to slide this far behind, it's very difficult to do those things.
I don't think the Meta4Pro is feeling too bad about the state of the game, though. Like, they got their top tower. Relic is almost done. Like, low skill's not getting punished for just going for straight greed. So I feel like you're not feeling too bad about the state of the game. Sure, the CK's farming, but you're getting the counter to the CK. You're getting the item that's, you know, in a way a counter to the CK. That Radiance, the Miss versus the Illusions and all that.
But when you take a look at, like, just the other people on the team, right, their economy is not as nice. It's, you know, a lot of all the eggs in the Wraith King basket, so to speak. Just to be able to do the damage and make things happen and just kind of pray and hold on for the time being on the side of Meta4Pro. But I worry that the other cores on the side of Hellbear Smashers, you know, they're really big, they're powerful. Like, look at Rasmus here. Like, it's a lot of damage coming out from this Tidehunter.
Yeah, they're definitely being their greed is going to be paying off as they're going to have much better footing than their counterparts in the game. Kind of happens though. Like like Kunkka has to. I mean, he feels like he has to make these moves around, trying to look for moving away some of that pressure that is coming in to give space for the Wraith King. So they're going to suffer because of that. And Zipzapper, I feel like he's just not finding the farm. He's moving around a lot, and he's only got 60 last hits on this offlane Bloodseeker. He's 0-0-1, so it's not like his game has been bad by any means. Just not finding the farm he needs to.
I mean, it's hard too because obviously you want this Wraith King to have a lot of that farm priority. Same thing with the Kunkka. So Zipzapper, you know, in this position 4, there's just not enough gold on the map right now. There's just not enough room for him. But big item pickup. We just have the Blink Dagger picked up for Gilgir.
Yeah, they've got it already, and I mean, now is where the test really begins for Meta4Pro. Is can they win fights now versus a Blink and a Ravage? Because they don't have the same team fight. They've got the Kunkka, but let's say, top. They're setting up onto Rasmus. He's pretty far forward.
Yeah, they've already used the Hex on him. They'll use the Shackles. They're just going to try to keep hitting him up. And there it is. There's that Ravage that we talked about. And poor Keptus is taking so much damage. Over on the side, though, there's going to be Yules coming out. Rasmus gets stunned up. I hear a Laguna Blade going up on the side. Zip Zapper will get taken down. Rasmus just walks away from those wards. They're just not in a good position. They can't even fight around them because they're just off to the side in the trees. And look at this. Stormstormer is more than happy to go and just farm those up. Farm up the Skelly Boys too. And they just have to disengage.
Too close. Yeah, the outpost.
Oh, the Echo Slam.
The Echo.
We're going right on in. Tofu follows up with his freezing field. Nice couple bounces though coming off Vyacheslav. So it looked pretty nice, but they didn't end up getting anything for it. So Meta4Pro probably feeling very good about this, knowing that both of those very big cooldown related ultimates are now gonna be on cooldown. Lack of better phrase.
As bottom, Stormstormer tries to set up, but outpost near, just like top.
Ooh, although Ace going maybe a little bit too far here. I'm surprised that he was over.
That's a nice kill. There's no Echo Slam, no Ravage now. They can actually press their advantage here. Go for this tower here.
Gilgir just throwing out the fissure, trying to slow them down whatever he can, although the teleport coming out now from Rasmus does get ruptured. He's gonna hold in place. Tossed back, couple of bounces over here onto Tofu. Does have that Shadow Amulet. Gilgir jumping forward. Can they finish off Zip Zapper? Yes, they can. There's a Laguna Blade. And now, Zactyl, Yules is gonna come out. They'll follow up with the LSA. A couple of these nice Anchor Smash hits. They don't have the detection, though, it seems. So, although Ace definitely has his eyes on Vyacheslav, who gets ripped apart, and now they have the detection. Zactyl will go down.
Oh, and they can't even take advantage of the kill that they get to go for the tower, because Rasmus immediately just parks his face into the mid lane. Even though he's ruptured, he's this tanky beast. They can't fully commit onto him. And Hellbear Smashers just punch right back. Even though they lose their CK, he respawns and is able to fight before they take out the tower. Now Keptus immediately getting gone onto another Blink Dagger on the side of Hellbear Smashers for Ace. And another quick, easy kill.
It's just so hard for them, like especially the supports, right, to show themselves anywhere on the map because you have so many Blink Daggers coming out. You've got the Blink Dagger on Gilgir, you've got a Blink Dagger on Ace, and of course Rasmus has his own. So, you know, a lot of the times you'll see these supports trying to play in the tree lines and push out waves, especially, you know, something like a Shadow Shaman. But it's too hard because they're going to blink over in there and they're going to find you.
Yeah, and we're definitely seeing a little bit of that issue where I feel like Brian was, you know, touching on it a bit in the panel in the beginning, where the initiation in the front line, they have Wraith King and Kunkka, which you're like, this is great front line, but with these, I feel like with these two supports, it just makes it look awkward for them to actually kick off and start these fights, where maybe they want to just like if they had like an Earth Spirit or a Clockwork or something along these lines, like your more melee style forward positions, they can initiate these fights a little bit better. But instead, they have to just poke from a distance, and Kunkka has to be careful how he gets caught in the front because he's the initiator, but he's very susceptible to dying. It's just, it's tough for Meta4Pro with what they're up against, and it's starting to pick up that pace really quickly. It's already 8k gold lead for Hellbear Smashers, and as you said, Blink's all online, Ultimate's all ready. They can start just dictating every single fight in their favor.
Positioning is so incredibly important for the side of Meta4Pro. They can't afford to get hit in the big AoE. Vyacheslav will be the one to tank the gank. The jump forward immediately. They'll be able to just absolutely blow up the Witch Doctor.
Oh my.
There, Kepta's over on the side. He drops the ward. The boat's going to come in over on the other side. They'll be able to go, and they take down Ace. That's a very nice kill. Rupture's being used on the back lines. Tofu will be next to fall. And now Gilgir forced to run away as his Stormstormer throws out a fissure. Just wants to slow them down a little bit more.
Rasmus trying to TP away. Can they get the Hex?
Oh, they have him. They see him, and he's a big, tanky boy. But when you're all alone like this with Maledict, you are just toast. That's a big comeback for Meta4Pro. They isolated the targets nicely. Just the split up of the fight, they get the initiation on Ace, and no one's there to help him. The Ravage not coming into play, just out of position there a little bit on Misery, being able to back up his CK, and now they're able to turn it into a tower too. Pretty nice stuff. For them being the ones who got initiated on, they actually come out very far ahead in the fight. Ace has his eyes over here on Vyacheslav, only manages to throw out the Chaos Bolt though. You can see, like, they almost were able to take this mid tower, but because it's still up, you have Ace just teleporting right in, and the rest of the team, too. You have this TP point. It's difficult.
some breathing room, some more space to farm for the Wraith King. Even though they are still at this deficit, as we said, he's still farming very well. 3-0-0 on his way toward an AC2 to build up to counter the CK as well as that Tidehunter.
Just concerned that the rest of his team around him is kind of paper and doesn't do as much. It's going to be him against the world at the rate that we're going right now.
Yeah, Kunkka's going to just be like this BKB frontliner. He'll get his spells off, but I'm very worried for the other three. The Bloodseeker, the Witch Doctor, and Shadow Shaman are just going to be absolute food when all the spells they're just going to die to the AoEs of it. Zipzapper needs his BKB so badly to actually be able to run into the fights. As mid.
Oh. That was just a slow, painful death there. We saw it coming. We knew it was coming. Vietch's Love buys himself just a little bit of time. Bloodright does get placed down, so Rasmus will just walk away, or rather swim away. Nice backstroke on that Tidehunter, of course. But this opens up the Roche. Go right on in. You don't have to worry about boat. It's not like they have the type of heroes that can kind of roll on in and try to snipe. Oh, it looks like they're still going to try to fight, though. Interesting. Interesting. The jump forward again from Gilgear, followed up with the Ravage, landing on 3 of these heroes. And the bounces coming out with the caskets. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough here for Vietch's Love, but he does get a decent amount of damage, and he has, nice stun coming out from the Lina, canceling out the Witch Doctor ultimate. Boat comes in on the other side, though. Rasmus, he's already still alive, and Gilgear, he jumped forward. He was looking for that Echo Slam. That's slowed down, kept us down. Tofu also to fall, and Zipzapper slowly but surely chasing after Rasmus. Should be able to finally get him with that Bloodright.
Okay, a little bit over-aggressive there by Rasmus. His team wasn't in place to follow up for that Ravage. Lack of synergy, and then Gilgear echoed the floor. I think I want to say he got like ticked by a Radiance or a Serpent Ward hit him. I think a Serpent Ward actually hit him when he was trying to blink in. But a nice hold on the high ground, Meta4Pro. Punching back with the hero that needs to the most, the Wraith King, getting all these cleanup kills.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised that fight went as well as it did, because it felt like they were fighting, this choke point area. And when you have AoE, it definitely gives you that advantage, but like you said, there was just a Ravage, and then the follow-up was a bit lacking because everyone else was still on the low ground. All right, let's see. I want to watch Gilgear here.
I think a Serpent Ward. I'm pretty sure a Serpent Ward clipped him around the edge there on the right. But yeah, look, he's still in the air on the Wraith King. The Ravage catches too, but a buyback from Kunkka, and his team is too far to really follow up. Ace isolates himself in. Yes, it's maledicted. And watch the right side, yeah. Serpent Ward's hitting Gilgear. Yeah, that would have been a 3-man echo, but the boat was already off, so they already had the run protection.
Sometimes it's like that. And sometimes you're also Zipzapper, who gets Laguna Bladed to the face several times in one game. Definitely needs that BKB. And speaking of BKBs, guess who has one? Not Zipzapper, but of course, Lina.
That'll be very nice, as he's also playing versus a lot of disables and chaos in the fights. As it's still a pretty uphill battle for this Wraith King. He's got the AC finished though. Like we said, he's having these good timings because his team is still lackluster around him. And now they just have to really put most of the attention on the Wraith King. I mean, he's pretty much all that they have, and they also now know that Kunkka has he bought back. So if he dies, he's gonna be dead for a very long time in the next fight.
Low Skill's playing very risky up here. They have vision. They know he's here. And the LSA, they've got a lot of lockdown. This is looking like a very dead Wraith King, so it is going to be the first death. Reincarnation back up. They've already got the Ravage. Can they follow it up this time? Echo Slam over onto the side. We'll be able to go land on 2, but the eyes on the prize here is that they want to take down Low Skill, and by God, they will. And poor Gilgear's stuck in all of those wards, but it does not matter because he's still going to be able to land the fissure over on the side. Zipzapper, they're just body blocking this poor dude. Yeah, followed up with the Torrent X. Boat comes out, trying to give him just a little bit more health. Can he stay alive long enough? No. Down goes Zipzapper. Kunkka's being held over hostage by his own tower. Like, look at Rasmus, he's just tanking through this tower. They're diving very, very far here, Fog. Torrent comes through, and it doesn't matter. Stormer hits him with the LSA.
Well, the best possible way for a fight to kick off for them. Just Wraith King in no man's land. TP's taking way too long to back him up, and they just kill him twice. Stormer commits the BKB on the Reincarnate, and then they just full commit everything, and Gilgear gets a good echo this time on the sidelines to protect.
I'm just so confused why the Wraith King was so far forward.
Yeah, I guess he thought he was a lot stronger, or maybe he thought his team was going to be there faster, but yeah, he was just way too far up.
So this is cool. I just noticed that the Earthshaker did pick up the shard, where he can walk on top of his own fissures.
Yeah, and his aftershock works along it too, along the fissure the whole time. So if
That's
he
cool.
he can also enchant totem like while the fissure's down when he's not even standing on it, and it stuns on it too. It's pretty nice,
That's
and it
pretty
helps
value.
you do these D wards and these funny positions and stuff like that. It also works versus, I'm sure people already, Earthshaker players know this, but you can walk through Tusk shards and Clockwork cogs if you get this shard and you fissure. Just to let people know. Little PSA out there.
That is nice. Thank you for the
Yeah.
public service announcement.
Hey, I mean, Clockwork owns Earthshaker through most of the game. Now you just get a
Sure.
shard, you stun, and you just walk out of the cogs. It's very, very nice.
All I can think of is that the more you know sign that goes across, like some of those PSAs they used to have. I'm probably dating
Knowledge
myself
is
at this point
power.
'cause I'm old. Yeah, the G.I. Joe. And knowledge is power. Go, Joe!
Yeah.
But Hellbear, of course, just throwing his weight around here in the mid lane, and they just seem so reluctant. They're very afraid to go forward because they tend to be just grouped together on the side of Hellbear Smashers.
It's just so much stun and control, like you said. They need BKBs
Oh
to
my
fight
God.
this as low skill. He steps up too far.
Look at the Power Ranger
Get started
TPs
on.
coming out. Hellbear's here. They'll open up here with, oh, and they get the stun off on both of them. I don't even think they know he's there. They don't know if Yasha's love is here is all. And go forward. They're just, this poor witch
He's
doctor.
dying he's almost dead.
This
It's the
poor witch
AoE.
doctor. He took so much damage. They don't even know he's there.
He's just
He's just
they didn't
chilling.
see
He's like,
anything. I
God,
don't know.
please don't place down a random sentry. Please, for the love of God.
Radiant's top
Ooh.
tower is under attack.
Having to watch your carry just die feels bad.
All right, well, there's, we talked about Wraith King being the big baddie here, but doesn't seem like, and again, that was, how many heroes that teleported to deal with him,
Under attack.
but it's feeling very, very spooky. The Bloodseeker now does have his BKB.
But so does the Crystal Maiden on the opposing side.
Oh, God.
5 positions TM has 100 last hits and a BKB. Holy moly, this is
The dream if you're a Crystal Maiden player. Get yourself
Yeah,
an Ags next. Get yourself a Rampage.
I mean, these fights look impossible now. Sure, there's a lot of stun and control, but now everyone's going to just be turning Golding in the fights on the side of Hellbear Smashers. They're just going to walk right through every single one of the spells casted. Items just coming out too slow for Meta4Pro. I mean, the fact that Bloodseeker is the same farm, but below the CM just has everything.
Yeah.
Are scanning.
God. That item timing for CM. All right, Meta4Pro, they're going to smoke up. They're hoping maybe they can get a pick off. There's a smoke already on the side of Hellbear Smashers, though. Like ships passing in the night. They're going to dodge each other for the time being.
Oh god, this fight's gonna be super hard unless Meta4Pro starts it off. Just killing. They have to kill somebody immediately and start 4v5, and even then, they just can't walk into this massive amount of team fight that Hellbear Smashers actually has.
Yeah, they can't go. Can they wrap around here? Can they? Because you can't go from the low ground here. Absolutely not.
I don't think you into Aegis. I think it's just
Those
you're
kids doesn't
asking
even
to
care.
get wiped.
Yep.
I don't feel like you can walk into a high ground at all here.
Well, trying to cut the wave a little bit. Doing whatever they can. Trying to stay in position should they go into low ground. And again, Ace is so hard to kill.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's supposed to be the Wraith King
problematic.
that's terrifying to try to kill twice. In this case, it is the Chaos Knight that they just can't seem
Radiant's
to
top tower is under attack.
figure out a plan for at this point.
And I mean, low skill, he's like we've been mentioning, like he's farmed, he's doing great. There's so much overwhelming control that I feel like he's not even gonna move in the fights. I feel like his Radiance Burn is gonna do 90% of his damage. He's just gonna get frostbitten, he's gonna get stunned, he's gonna get chain stunned over and over again inside of these situations. It's hard. He probably needs a BKB, but even then, it's like he feels like they need an initiator, as we mentioned before too. He's going for Blink Dagger. They can't kick off fights without him leading the charge. Kunkka can't be the one to start the fights.
Kunkka kind of has to be the one to start the fights for now, anyways. X marks
For
the
now,
spot,
yeah.
dragging back over here onto the big tanky boy. It's just hard to get your hands on that Lina or the Crystal Maiden. They stay so far back.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Decent cleave damage there. Crit coming up, I think, from what, Imp Claw still? Yeah, he's still holding Imp Claw. So does chunk Stormstormer down a little bit, but Stormstormer's just gonna back away, clear out that bottom wave.
And the boots of travel, very, very handy for this Lena. She's just got so much speed, and the fact that, you know, she can just jump from lane to lane. As we keep saying, you know, it's very important to have wave clear in this particular meta.
Yeah, and he's got the Octarine too, so with the boots of travel, they're back up in about 30 seconds total.
Oh my god, immediately Tofu just pops the BKB, let's go. And they're chasing after Zip Zapper here. Backlines to Zactyl trying to man fight. We'll turn their attention over onto Ace, who's already BKB'd. Can they fight him? Can they take him down? They just don't have a solution. The Laguna Blade comes out, and they'll go to find the kill, followed up with that Ravage. So down goes the Wraith King for the first time. He's back up again. The Fissure came out over on the side. They're trying to buy a little bit more time, but Stormstormer will go down. Keptus now to fall. Zactyl, but he needs to run. Tofu has got that frostbite, and they just had so much lockdown. He's just dead. Oh no, Zip Zapper, this is not looking good for you. Everybody's just ganging up on the Bloodseeker, and down he goes.
Feed the flames.
Gilgir with a little bit of a celebratory Echo Slam to do just an aftershock along the Fissure. It
Yeah.
looked like they're feeling like he doesn't need it for the fights anymore. They got Stormstormer, but instant buyback, and we're just overwhelming fights from Hellbear Smashers as they go to the high ground.
I just don't know what they can hope to do. I mean, I was going to mention they just got a Cloak of Flames online for the Wraith King, which is pretty nice because he's already got the Radiance, but yeah, look at this. The just jump from Gilgir. Turns himself into the Death Ward, though, for a moment. Yes, love, but they'll still be able to stun him. And they need one more hit. All right, Tofu will be able to collect the kill. And over on the side here, this Wraith King just cannot do anything. Low skill, he wants to move, he wants to hit, but he's just constantly being controlled by the side of these Hellbear Smashers. Gilgir sitting very, very low. Looks like maybe he'll fall, but they already lose low skill. Kepta's running for his life. The buybacks are coming out, though. Got Zactyl also buying back. Shadow Shaman, they're doing everything. They're throwing everything at them right now. They're just trying to get them out of their base, away. They have vision over on Tofu, so they'll find a kill on the Crystal Maiden.
Can they get more with these buybacks?
I
Not
don't
looking
know.
like it.
I mean, Rasmus is playing a little cheeky. Perhaps they can find him. Hex coming off over
Ace.
here on Ace with the X, followed up with the Torrent. Gonna need a little bit more help, and this is not looking great for Ace, although he's gonna try to man fight through. And there's the Shackles, followed up with the Maledict. This should be enough to take him down. Again, he's gonna just try to lifesteal through it. Not gonna be able to. He will fall.
Some trade kills. Cost them pretty heavily, though, with those buybacks. I don't think Hellbear Smashers are too upset about this. Ace dying quite a couple times in this game, though, but still in a very comfortable spot. Now we'll see, can Meta4Pro actually do anything off of this? As they have not a whole lot of time. They have 10 seconds until Ravage is back online and 10 seconds until the Earthshaker's back. So Hellbear Smashers might look to hit when these do respawn, but looks like a tier 2 might actually die in time.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think they'll definitely just go for the tier 2, but then possibly just back, because it's too scary, right?
Yeah.
Has fallen.
That's decent, though. They can take the farm from the jungle, too. Low skill, he's going to be able to clear this out, get closer to his, so the BKB that he desperately needs because he's controlled the whole time. At least get themselves some type of farm and then back away. And maybe some wards. They get one nice deep ward down. Gilgir's already on the hunt, though. Shadowblade, he actually finds the Wraith King. Looking for the easier target, though.
That's a pretty easy target right there. Uses the Echo Slam. Down goes Love. You gotta feel a little bad right now, right? The fact that, you know, you are this position 5 and just got Echo Slam because that's just how little they seem to care about it right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Gilgir's just throwing it on whoever he sees really at this point. As he sees another target pretty deep forward, he's going to try to control them until Ace gets closer.
Yep, Ace is definitely close enough. There's a Rupture, though, coming out. But look at this damage coming out from Ace. Plus, Stormstormer's here, so Reincarnation pops. Coming right back up again into the LSA. I'm sure they have a Frostbite on everything. The Kitchen Sink just thrown on poor Low Skill. He has no buyback.
115 seconds for Hellbear Smashers, and Tofu jumps
All right,
in.
Tofu, all right. Might have gotten a little crazy here, but they'll be able to follow up. So the Crystal Maiden goes down, but they find a kill on the side. Now Zip Zapper is trying to get out as fast as he can with that BKB, and they don't quite have enough damage to take him down, so they will just walk right into the base. Do need a creep wave here.
90 seconds, no Wraith King. They can't do anything without him. Creep wave's coming in to meet. This should be 2 sets here for the side of Hellbear Smashers if they want to full commit for it.
Yeah, I think they can, honestly. Again, blink forward, followed up with the Ravage. Down goes Zip Zapper. And Zactyl trying to run away here. got some vision. Oh, Zactyl, he's sitting so very low, but they're not going to be able to go and find the kill. So we've got Torrents going off left and right. The drag back onto Vyacheslav, and this is looking like a dead Zactyl. That is a team wipe. GG gets called. Hellbear Smashers looking very, very nice here and proving that they deserve right now to be at that top spot.